Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to G-Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert, January 26, 2021. Yeah, it's about 3:45 in the afternoon. I'm going to shoot this video now because it's going to get chilly, and as you can see, it's 47 degrees right now. That's the high for today. And we got a 7 to 13 mile an hour wind out there. So I got my windproof microphone on so I can go outside. Yesterday, or the day before, one of those days, when I did the video last, I said, well, somebody wanted to know how much difference the temperature was from the outside to the inside of the greenhouse. Well, I do want to say that I did some modifications to the greenhouse since the high winds last time caused damage to it and bent the roof rafters and that stuff and blew a couple of panels out of the back wall. Well, the modifications I did held up because the winds hit 38 miles per hour yesterday, and I know that when they hit 38 last time, that's when the damage started occurring. 35 was the limit to this greenhouse holding up by itself as it was. So we'll go down there and take a look at what I did, and we'll also take a look at the temperature inside. I had to stop and zipper up my jacket there because this wind has got a little bit of a chill factor to it. And the temperature is probably, with the wind chill, I would say about 38 out here. So it's got a good chill. And the clouds are starting to build back in over the mountains there. I did get a flash alert on my smartphone for the weather saying that we're going to get more rain sometime overnight tonight. And then we'll get a little break. And then Thursday night and into Friday, all day Friday, and Thursday night into Friday, we're going to get more rain. And that one, they said, is going to bring anywhere from 3/4 to 1 inch of rain. So we'll see. All right. I did move one of the totes that still needs to be cleaned, but I moved it down here during the high winds because this back wall was bowing out. And I said, well, I better put something there to support it. So I moved the tote in there and blocked it. Now, there's going to be 3 totes going across here on a pedestal raised up a little bit, probably about as high as that rib right there. And they'll be up higher, so they'll give this wall some good support at that point. But one of the things I did, you see this metal clip right here, I just made that, and I'm going to make 2 more for over there, because this is one of the bad designs that they had. They had these 2 little tiny clips here. Okay, that one, one of them flew out somewhere, disappeared in the wind. That one, both of them flew out, and they kind of cut into the corrugated plastic panel, and it dropped down enough so that they just flew out of there and they were gone. But that one that I made, now that's the way it should be, even a little longer if possible, but that's the size metal I have. And where I got that metal was in the roofing department of Home Depot. They have these little galvanized sheets that are like 4 by 7 or 4 by 8 or something like that. And you're supposed to slip those under the shingles as you're going along the flashing for a chimney or something like that. I took one and I used a metal bender, and I bent it into the Z shape so that it would lock that panel in place. And boy, I'll tell you, that holds a lot better than these things do. So I'll be getting a couple more of those made up and get those in place while the weather is good, but probably not today, because today I went into town and I got myself completely restocked for propane. I had one of the 100-pound tanks was empty, and the one that's hooked up there is about got 1/3 left in it. Although I did have one whole full one there, which would last me a month and a half or 2 months. Running it all day long and cooking off of it and hot water heater and all that stuff. Wintertime, I use those up in about, I use 100 pounds in about 2 months if I run it all day. And I just said, well, I'm going to make sure that I'm completely filled with propane just in case the sheet hits the fan. You know what happens when the sheet hits the fan, don't you? It rips the sheets off your bed. Anyway, here we are, and you saw the temperature inside there, and well, it's 90 degrees in here. So, yeah, this thing definitely, the temperatures in here are great. The plants love it. They're all just happy as can be. And I have to actually come in on a warmer day when it gets up into the 60s. I have to come in here and water everything, because it sucks all the water out of these things. My carrots over there, boy, those things they're probably now about 3 inches long and just about half the thickness of a pencil. So I've been thinning some out and feeding them to the chickens. The chickens love them, but I don't need to thin out too much more because I do have space for them to grow down in there. And I just want a whole bunch of carrots. I love carrots. Carrots are delicious. I like doing boiled potatoes and carrots, mashed potatoes and mashed carrots, mash them together with some butter and some milk. Good stuff. Anyway, radish is doing great, lettuce is doing great, tomatoes are doing great. So those are going to get into the ground as soon as the weather breaks. Get those outside into the main garden. Same thing with the pepper plants over here. But remember one thing about peppers is peppers don't like cold at all. They're not cold weather plants. You want to keep those warm until the spring comes and you know you're going to have warm weather. They don't like being soaked with water unless they're in the hot heat of the desert where it's just really hot and they suck up a lot of water. And don't feed too much nitrogen to your pepper plants. You'll get a lot of plant, but you won't get any peppers on it. So, or you'll just get a few peppers. So keep the nitrogen to a minimum on your feeding of your pepper plants. Add a little bit more potassium in there, and it's a good thing for them. So anyway, everything's looking good here. I transplanted the spinach over to here, and we'll see how that goes. And this little branch here is really doing well. I think I'm going to get one out of that. And there was another one, that green one back there. It looks like it's taken pretty well. These others, like, come off of the pear tree. They're solid in the ground, so we'll see if those things take. The grafts and all that stuff I got to worry about because of the freezing temperatures. It's going to go down to freezing again tonight, and probably every night for the rest of this week. The ground here, earlier I came in, and the top part of the soil, you can see how when I press it here, see, it's like almost like a sponge. It comes right back up, but if I grab it, it comes up in chunks. It was frozen. The ground was frozen. Well, hopefully my grafts and stuff will take anyway. We'll see. If not, I'll just have to do them over again when the weather breaks. All right, so wanted to get through all that. Oh yeah, my asparagus. I was looking at the price of this stuff in the store, and I said, boy, am I glad I'm growing it, because they want like $4.99 a pound for asparagus. You've got to be kidding me. You know, I'll grow it. I love asparagus. I like asparagus with a melted cheddar cheese sauce over the top of it. Oh, that's just delicious. So tonight I'm going to be making my favorite bistec ranchero. And one of these days I'll do a video of actually making that. It takes about 20 minutes from start to finish, even with the cutting and dicing and all that stuff. The only thing is I like mine to sit and steam in the pan for an extra 15 or 20 minutes after that. So give yourself an hour to make sure that everything is done right. But real good hearty meal, full of vegetables, a little bit of steak. I like using top sirloin, cut into 1/4 to 3/8 inch thick strips. It just cooks up really well. All right, so that's about all I have. I did fill up my small tanks here. So I got 1, 2, 3, and one that's I just changed into there because the others were all empty. I put the last full one into there, and all I did was cook one batch of chicken drums. And so I've got plenty of propane to last. I did pick up some water at a friend's house. I've got that here. My neighbors up the road are sick. I don't know if it's COVID or not, but I'm staying away from them. That's where I'm supposed to be doing some work, but I'll wait, and we'll see what happens from there. They did stop by here the day that before they actually started feeling sick, and we didn't really get that close to each other. We kept our distances, but just to make sure, I've been swallowing whole cloves of garlic, one in the morning and one at night, and munching on raw onion in a salad, things like that. I had a shrimp and crab Louis salad today, and I added a bunch of fresh cut raw onion to it. And I had some of that spicy ranch dressing that I put on there. It's got the sriracha or hot sauce in the ranch dressing. That's just delicious on those things. And yeah, that was really good. But I'm keeping my immune system strong, and I've been doing fine. I'm not feeling any sickness or anything like that, except for a little bit of a headache from shrugging my shoulders from the cold. That's like a low type headache in the back, right where my shoulders meet the neck. But it's not a constant thing. It just happens every time I go outside for an hour or so, and I shrug my shoulders when the wind blows at my back. All right, everybody, that's all I have for today. We'll get back to some things here, and when the rain and snow comes, as you can see, it's a beautiful day out, clear blue skies, but it's cold. And the sun is getting ready to go down over there. Sun is setting a little after 5 now. It was setting before 5 before everything changed over. But let me get you over here and see if I can't show you the mountains over the top of the Garden of Eden. You see they're all full of snow. And those over there you can't see because of the haze from the sun. But they're all full of snow all the way down to the bottom. And Tomcat is doing fine. I refilled his food and water for him today. First thing when I got outside this morning after it warmed up a little bit. So he's ready to go. The chickens have eaten. The chickens have got their snacks in there. And I already collected my eggs for the day. So everything's done. I'm going inside. G-Bear, thanking you for joining me and signing off.